Hello, my dear students. Welcome to session number 10 of Business Communication subject for BCom third semester. In this session, we will learn about how to draw or how to write the inquiry letter. So, this comes under the topic chapter number 3, Purchase Correspondence. My dear students, here I will try to explain some of the tips. I will concentrate on some of the important aspects should be considered while writing the inquiry letters. Yes, my dear students, the main learning objectives of the session is number one. Here in this session, I will try to make students to learn about letter of inquiries. And objective number two is to make students to learn how to draw the inquiry letter. So after completing this session, you will be able to draw the inquiry letter. Yes, my dear students. So let us see the contents which I am going to cover in this session. The number one, working on a letter of inquiries. Here I will quote some of the tips to write inquiry letters and also cover important aspects and the way of writing the letter, the structure of the letter of inquiry, and how it should be, and it should be the formal in the sense, right? It should be formal in nature. Yes, let us see, my dear students. Here I have mentioned some of the tips. Number one, the inquiry letter should be written like a formal letter. As I said in the introduction part, this is a formal business letter, and this is the first step in every business organization for seeking information regarding the business aspects. So, therefore, the letter should be in a formal language. It must include the sender's contact details also. Okay, so this is very important. The person who is sending the letter, yes, who is inquiring the aspects, it must contain the sender's contact details, address at the top left corner, if possible the email address also, email address, and also as well as the contact details of the sender of the inquiry letter. And number two, it must contain all the aspects of inquiring item. So whatever we are asking for, so whatever the information we need, so we must mention all the aspects whatever we need from the seller. The other party of the receiving the letter. And number three, it should contain the date and address of the receiver also. So this is very important when we are sending the letter, when we are writing the letter, and to whom we are sending the letter, to whom we are sending this letter, from whom we are getting the information. So this is very important. So it should contain the date and as well as address of the receiver. Coming to point number 4, we must add the subject of the letter precisely. It should be clear and it must brief about the subject matter of the total subject matter of the letter. So that subject line should give some idea about the letter. What are all information we are gathering for? So what will be discussed in this letter? So it must mention about what are all the aspects we are going to discuss in this letter. Yes, what exactly we are going to present. So therefore, there should be a subject line of the letter. Then coming to the next point, we must make sure that to add a salutation mark at the beginning with your okay. So for beginning the letter, so there must be some salutation like dear sir or respected sir or madam. Oh, so this must be this should have. We must commence the letter with the salutation mark, and it should be written concisely and clearly. This is very important. The letter should be concise and it must be clear, and it has to be understood by the receiver of the letter with the same meaning. What exactly he is intended to be, the sender intended to be. And after that, it must end with the signature, the name of the sender, and also designation at the end of the letter. The sender of the letter must write all these aspects with signature, name, designation at the end of the letter. And another important thing is, my dear students, mention the reason and inquiry details. What exactly we are asking for. So that inquiry details that should be there. I mean, sometimes it may be regarding the price list of the product, quality of the product. Okay. So then quantities also, if it is a specific inquiry. So therefore, these aspects must be mentioned. I mean, the reasons for inquiry should be there in the letter. Yes, my dear students, let us see the contents of the inquiry letter. So, usually, the inquiry letter of a business is relating to the price inquiries, quality of the product inquiries, quantities, and availability of the product also. And sometimes it may be related to the business policy related information, such as terms of credit, mode of payment, etc. Okay. Yes, these are all the contents of inquiry letter. My dear students, let us see the format. I mean, the content. What exactly should, how should be the letter? How it should be concise. The inquiry letter. The first point we have to mention sender's address, including the phone number also. This is very important, my dear students. You must mention the phone number if it is required. And step number 2, we have to write the date. While writing the date, we have to leave a one space line. Okay, one line we have to leave. After that, after leaving a space, we have to write a date. And point number 3 in the letter of inquiry format. So it must contain the receiver's address to whom we are sending this letter. So whether he may be manager, managing director, sales manager, whatever else. Okay, whatever it may be. So we must maintain the receiver's address of the letter. And point number 4 is it must contain the subject of the letter. There should be a subject line. So what exactly we are inquiring for. So we have to write in brief about the subject. And point number 5, there should be a salutation mark. This is very important. For example, dear sir, respected sir. Okay. So like this, we have to mention a salutation mark. We have to commence the matter of the subject with the salutation mark. And point number 6, body of the letter. So this is very important, my dear students. While writing the body of the letter, we must plan well in advance. How should be how we are going to introduce ourselves or yourself, and on what purpose we are writing this letter. We are inquiring for. And in second paragraph, we have to mention the details of the inquiry. I mean, the reasons and sometimes it may be the policy of the business, mode of payment, terms of delivery, etc., price quotations, etc. So all these we have to mention in paragraph number 2. So coming to the paragraph number 3, so we have to conclude with clearly, I mean concisely, right? So we have to conclude. Here we have to mention the concluding remarks of the letter, inquiry letter. After concluding the letter of the paragraph of the letter, body of the letter, so we have to close the letter with complimentary remarks. So thanking you, yours sincerely, yours faithfully, etc. Right? So yours obediently. Like this, we have to conclude. We have to complete the close the letter with complimentary remarks. So after complimentary closing, so we have to write the sender's name with signature, and we have to mention the designation, if possible the address also. Of course, we have mentioned the address at the beginning of the letter, so no need to write again here also. So if possible, you just you just go on writing. So therefore, these 8 important aspects must have this inquiry letter. Yes, my dear students. So here I have a specimen copy. I mean, one sample inquiry letter to whom here a retailer asking for sweaters and terms of business of sweaters, uh, the person who is situated in the Bangalore. Okay, yes, so let us see the specimen, I mean sample of inquiry letter. So as we know, as I explained just few minutes back, first we have to write the sender's name with address, contact details, etc., with zip code, I mean pin code also. So here Mr. Rohit is a person who is sending the letter. He is the writer of inquiry letter. Mr. Rohit, purchase manager, Murari Brothers and Company, Tumkur 572101. And he is also mentioned a phone number, I mean contact details 9848022238, whatever it may be. We must maintain the contact number. If possible, we have to write the email address also, website, so whatever it may be. So we have to mention all these things about the sender. After that, step number 2, here he has mentioned the date when he is writing the inquiry letter. This is November 10th 2020. So he mentioned the date November 10th 2020. After that, leaving one single line, he mentioned the person to whom he is sending the letter, I mean the receiver's address, to the sales manager, Samurai Exports, number 1 bar oblique 27, first floor, Magdi Complex, 7th main, Bangalore 560026. So this is the receiver's address with the pin code. Okay, and is the designation also. After receiver's address, he left a single line. He mentioned salutation remark. Okay, so this is the fourth point. We must mention salutation mark. He has mentioned that dear sir. Sometimes it may be the respected sir or respected sir or madam, whatever it may be. So we have to mention salutation mark. So, and step number 5, we have to mention the subject line. Here, my dear students, you just see the letter. He has not mentioned the subject line. So let us include a subject line. Subject of the letter. This is an inquiry letter, right? Inquiry about. Yes, subject line is inquiry about sweaters and business policies. After the subject line, we have to leave a single line. Start with the first paragraph. So as I mentioned earlier, in the first paragraph, we have to mention the introductory remarks. So here I have written like this: we were impressed by the selection of sweaters that were displayed on your stand at the menswear exhibition that was held in Bangalore last month. So ನೋಡಿ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಂತ್ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೀವಿ, ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಷನ್. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ we just want to continue our business with you. So this is our introductory part in the first paragraph. And then we are a large chain of retailers. So here the person of sender, I mean inquirer, is just introducing himself. We are a large chain of retailers and are looking for a manufacturer who could supply us with a wide range of sweaters for the teenage market. Particularly we are focusing on teenage market. So therefore we need your support. We need business with you people. So therefore we need a large scale manufacturer, supplier for our retail business. And then in the next paragraph, he mentioned that as we usually place very large orders. Here he is just explaining about himself, about his business, I mean the scale of business. So usually they usually order a large number of orders. So therefore he mentioned that as we usually place very large orders, we could expect a quantity discount in addition to a 20% trade discount of net list prices. Nodi, so he is just asking for a discount because he is going to deal with large orders. So therefore he is mentioning for he is requesting for discount. And also list of prices, I mean the quotation, as I mentioned in the types of inquiries. So list, he is also asking for price list. And our terms of payment are normally 30 days bill of exchange, documents against acceptance. And also he is mentioning about the terms of payment, I mean mode of payment, and the necessary documents, I mean whatever the contractual aspects he is mentioning. And in the last paragraph what we have to do is, so we just conclude the letter. So if these conditions, he is concluding like this: if these conditions interest you and you can meet orders of over 500 garments at one time, so please send us your current catalog. And he is asking here, he is asking for catalog and price list. And he is concluding that with the complimentary clause, we hope to hear from you soon. So he is waiting for their response. He just wanted to reply him back. So here he has used complimentary clause like yours faithfully, right? Yours faithfully, Mr. Rohit. So here we have to put our signature. So the person who inquires about, he must maintain, he must put signature Rohit, okay, Mr. Rohit, the person. And he has also mentioned the designation. The designation is purchase manager for Murari Brothers and Company, Tumkur. So this is the address, right? And pin number also 575101. Okay, so this is a sample of inquiry letter. So this is how we have to we have to write the inquiry letter. Thank you, my dear students. I hope all of you understand this session. Thank you.